Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys the manicures that I've been wearing in the last few months. There's quite a bit of manicures. I haven't done this video or this video for my series in a little bit, so I'm going to get started. I'm going to start off with the gradient, and I did do a video on how I do my gradients. In that video I shared these polishes. So I started off with a white base from Sinful colors. This is called Snow Me White, and I only added 2 coats of this one. I've been using the heck out of this polish. I'm almost done with it. I need to buy like 5 backups of it because I have a feeling that this is going to be my all-time favorite white because it's really great. I only need 2 coats, almost 2 to 3 coats for full opacity, but because I was doing some nail art, I really didn't need very much. So 2 coats of this one, and then I grabbed a sponge, and towards the top I added Orange County Cruisin'. In the center I added Sinful Colors Tempest, and then towards the end I added Innocent, and I really enjoyed that manicure. I have been finding that I've been enjoying sponging and doing the gradients a lot. If I have a manicure from the previous day, I can maybe use that as a base coat for a gradient. And gradients, because you're adding such a thin base to the top of the nail, it takes almost no time to dry. So I've really been enjoying that a whole lot. Then I moved on to Summer Rain from China Glaze. This is part of their summer collection. This is one of the polishes that I wanted the most out of that collection, and I'm highly disappointed in this. Formula wise, it's really great. It only takes 2 coats. The color is so intensely rich. I love it. But this takes less than 8 hours to chip on me. I have tried it a few times because I want to make it work, or I was trying to find a base coat that maybe worked best with this. I tried the OPI base coat, chipped. I tried the CND base coat, the sticky base coat, it chipped, and then I also tried the Orally Bonder, it also chipped. Then I tried my nail strengthener, and it also chipped. So I don't think it's the base coat. I think it's just this polish just doesn't work very well with my nails. My nails repel it immediately. So not a fan for that, and it's probably not going to be something that I'm going to be reaching for anytime soon because it just doesn't work with my nails. I then moved on to a more subdued polish. I was attending a funeral, and I didn't want a nude, but I wanted something toned down a little bit. I did want to manicure my nails. My nails were looking wrecked. I mean, they were chipped, they were broken, they were peeling. We had a donation kind of car wash going on, and my nails were a disaster. So I still wanted to paint my nails, so I pulled Lilacking Control from Salon Perfect. Beautiful formula, beautiful color. It's a more pale lilac but with a hint of gray in it. I think this would be really great even for the winter months. I think this would be perfect. I adored this manicure so much. It is a cream finish, but just the fact that it was 2 very easy coats, I just loved it, and it didn't take a very long time to dry. Then I moved on to Color Club. This is part of their mood changing line, and I got this one at Walmart. This one is called Happy Go Lucky, and this is the one that changes from orange to pink, but I gotta say it only changes if you're under running water or you're sticking your hand in the freezer. Most of the time you only see this color up here, which is still really pretty. I really enjoyed it. The manicure that you're going to be seeing, or the picture that you're going to be seeing, is because I put it under running water, which is why you're going to see little droplets of water on my manicure, just to show you the mood changing effect. But this color, really, 99% of the time, you don't even see this color. You see this color right here. I then moved on to JulieG's. This is called Bikini. This one right here is more of a pinky, kind of leaning a little bit on the corally side neon polish. This one did require 3 coats. First and second coat were a little bit streaky, but it was fully opaque by the 3rd coat. Tricky application, but I find that the end result was worth it. This does dry to more of a matte finish, so I did add a top coat for glossiness and then also for longevity as well. I find that sometimes with matte manicures they just tend to chip a little bit quickly, so I did add a top coat for it. Then I moved on to China Glaze. This is called Emerald Bay. This is a cream finish 2-coater polish. Beautiful formula. This is also part of their summer collection. Loved it. Love the color. I just wasn't convinced with it as a solid manicure across the nails. So I did add a little bit of stamping. I did some silver flowers throughout it, and I used Going Platinum from Wet n Wild, which is a polish that's no longer available, and I just finished actually, so I don't have the bottle to show you guys. But I did use the Born Pretty stamping plate. I'll share with you guys which one that was. And I'll put down here and down below as well the number of the stamping plate. So it's that one, this one right here. That one right there. And I was actually really surprised at how much I really enjoyed that manicure. I then moved on to China Glaze. This one is called I Truly Azure You. I have mentioned this polish before. It is a beautiful two-coater. It has this, it's a teal polish, but it has super fine, I would say, teal shimmers, and then even iridescent shimmers to kind of shift a little bit on the purple side. This polish is so beautiful. The color is so rich. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think this is also a polish that I can bring into the winter months because I love it so much. I have worn it almost every single month. This is probably, for me, it's my standout for this the last 3 months. Then I pulled Colorina, sorry. This is a new brand to me. I am not very familiar with this brand. I actually found them at my wholesale nail polish supply store, and they had them all for $1. So I picked up a couple at that time. This was months ago. And then I went back, I don't know, a month ago, and I picked up a couple more. I mean, they had them for $1. This one has a jelly, more of a crelly base, and it has some glitters throughout it. It has some red, chunkier red, and then gold glitters, and then the green glitters are a little bit more on the finer side. This one right here took 3 coats, and there was some balding by the second coat, but by the third coat it was fully opaque. It gets a little bit tricky because of the glitters in there. It wasn't an overly difficult polish to work with, but it did require a bit of extra drying time. I loved this manicure. It was really cute. It was like yogurt on my nails. I really enjoyed it. I then moved on to an avant-garde manicure. This manicure was actually inspired by school. We were studying avant-garde makeup looks and runway looks and stuff like that. So that's what inspired this manicure. I added 2 coats of Sonoma white, again, the white base, and then I did a dry brushing technique. So all I did for that manicure is just pulled a bunch of colors that I had on hand. So all of these, I'll mention them. This is Innocent from Sinful Colors. This is Celtic Sun from China Glaze. Dory from Zoya. No Regrets from Orly, and Surfer Dude from Orly. Just a bunch of bright colors. And all I did was remove as much of the nail polish as I could from the brush. So, which is why it's called dry brushing. So almost non-existent polish on the brush and barely graced it onto the white base. Super easy manicure, no fuss. Really, there's no structure to it. You just kind of apply it freely, which is what I really enjoyed about it. And this is probably one of my favorite manicures of the entire 3 months. I really like that manicure. Then I moved on to the NCLA Lavish Spender. I shared it on my Instagram stories. I purchased this one. This one also has more of a crelly base, and this one has some chunkier white, no, not white, there's silver hexes, then some more fuchsia hexes, and then it has some different sized green glitters throughout it. And it looks like even some white. So I'll show you guys a close-up of this one because it's really pretty. I don't own any NCLA polishes. This would be my first one. And it had a really good formula, but very similar to Colorina, that it required 3 coats for full opacity and a little bit of extra drying time for that one as well. I then moved on to Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics. I was gonna call it OCC, which is what it's called. This is my first polish from this brand. I did mention it in a haul on the Instagram stories. This one is called Beta, which is a really intense neon orange. This is so intense. Even in person, it kind of glows off of the bottle. It's so stinking pretty. This does take 3 coats. It dries to a matte finish, but I did add a top coat. Love it. At the same time, right now, I'm actually still wearing this polish as a pedicure, and then I added it as a manicure because I love it. This is China Glaze I'm with the Lifeguard. This one very similar to the Beta from OCC, dries to a matte finish, but this one right here has this pearliness to it. It's really pretty. On my toes, I didn't top coat it though. I really liked how it's matte, but it has a pearly finish to it. I just love the way that it looks. So I applied it on my nails, but on my nails it chipped in less than 8 hours in the most random places, like in the center of my nail. It was really weird. And I just think it's just the nature of the color and the finish of it, just because it has that pearliness and because it dries matte. So all I did is remove the chip nails, reapplied it, and then added a glossy top coat, which is what I have on right now. I don't even know if it's gonna come off on camera as intense, because in person it's very, very intense. But I pulled this polish right here because it looks so similar. I just wanted to mention it to you guys because it looks so similar. This one right here is called Loopy Lime from Salon Perfect, and it looks identical. I haven't tried Loopy Lime from Salon Perfect, so I don't know how it performs, but I don't know if you guys can see the, like, it looks like this one looks slightly different, but to me they almost look identical in my opinion. So I just thought I would share that with you guys. But the previous manicure to this one was Zoya's Finley. This is a scattered hollow from Zoya. I love this. I have nothing else to say other than I love it. It takes 2 coats for full opacity. It's a scattered hollow. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. A lot of you guys commented that you loved it on Instagram. I feel the same way. I'm actually looking forward to buying Peyton. I cannot wait to try that one on my nails. I have a feeling Peyton and I are going to have an affair because it looks so beautiful. I want to pick up more of the scattered hollows because they just look really, really great. The last manicure I'm going to share with you guys is nail stamping. I incorporated nail stamping and then some sponging techniques to it. So I started off on the closer to the cuticles with hot magenta. I added another polish and I cannot remember. It was a little bit more on the corally side from Salon Perfect. I just can't remember the name of the polish. So anyways, I started off with the base for that one for the pinky, the index, and the thumb. And then in the center, I added a base of this one, which is China Glaze Mingle with Crinkle. Added this one, and then I added blackout from Sally Hansen, which is your basic black, and added a stamp, this one right here. And I tried reverse stamping for the first time, so it's not the cleanest manicure, but it was so much fun. I really enjoyed that manicure. And for that one, I just pulled any pinks and corals and stuff like that to add into the little shapes and stuff. I really like that manicure so much. It was one of my favorites for the entire month. And then lastly, I want to share a few things that I have been enjoying and some not so much. This is the Burt's Bees Cuticle Cream. This is their lemon butter cuticle cream, and I love it. I love how it moisturizes the cuticle, but it doesn't leave them overly greasy or anything like that. And then I got asked not only on Instagram but here on YouTube what base and top coats I use. I use different bases. I don't always stick to the same thing. For me, it's just to protect staining from my nails, not really much else. I don't need anything for longevity because I don't really wear my manicures all that long, so I can't speak on that. I wear them maybe 1 to 2 days. Most of the times I only wear them for a single day and that's it. But one of the base coats is the C&D Sticky Base Coat. I've also used the Orally Bonder, the OPI Base Coat. I even use nail strengtheners a lot of the times as base coats, which is the Nailtiques Formula 1 or 2, whichever one, or the OPI nail strengthening base coats as well. And then for top coat, I always use the Out the Door top coat. I love this one. I have a large bottle and I just refill it into this small one. And then I want to talk about this one. I bought this at Sally's Beauty, and this is called Mess No More. This is the little latex that goes around the cuticle. Because I've been doing nail art, this helps with the cleanup of it. I just have to say I do like this. I just don't like the doe foot. I feel like the latex builds towards the tip of it and then it just becomes a bit messy and it leaves chunks around my cuticle. So not a fan of that one. I want to try the ones with a regular nail polish brush. I would like to try that, but I would like to finish this one first. So let me know down below who your favorites are, who your favorite companies are that make the little latex but with the, you know, the nail polish brush basically. All right, that's everything. I think this video has been long enough. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.